That is what it is. He should talk to Trump's legal team. You should show the episode during court or something.
They are special, aren't they?
It is wild. I mean, saw that the way they're falling, it's like
they're just flipping left, right, and they're all crying and acting as if they had no idea. You know, I think I had posted on Twitter
the trees.
I posted on Twitter like their tears are smearing their smugness. Like,
did you really?
Yeah,
that's pretty good.
It's just, I mean, it's satisfying. But you know, it's all a show. Well, I'm saying like it's satisfying to see them being held accountable.
I guess.
But you know, I almost like after watching that Painkiller show, have you? I don't know if I finished it, but I think I'm pretty close if I haven't. Have you seen that at all? The Purdue Pharma Sackler show, I think on maybe Netflix or something.
Okay, it's a documentary.
Yeah,
not really.
It's a loose. I think there's a lot of dramatization going on, if that's a word.
Yeah, that is.
But like Matthew Broderick is in it, right? Okay. Like it's like actors.
I see. Okay. Oh, so it is drama. It is. They're reenacting. So.
Yeah, exactly. It's not like an academic or anything like that.
Right.
But you know, you get these settlements or these payments being made out, and in this case, I'm sure like people will get in trouble, but they're still loaded. These people are still like ultra wealthy. So like, what does it matter? Okay, you pay out $2 billion, but you still have 12.
Are these the guys who are in charge of the not Ozempic, the
Oxycontin,
the Oxy, right?
Oxycontin.
These are the guys who were basically leveled for, or at least the states came out.
The whole opioid epidemic, the whole thing. Yeah, but
the thing is, I mean, anytime. I almost wanted to do I had a story a while ago because I get annoyed with the settlement figures because the media goes crazy. They're like $1 billion. It's never even $1 billion. It's usually like $100 million settlement. And then you look up the company because they're publicly traded and you can make out that they earned that in an hour. The settlement, while it seems big to everybody else, is like
that's what I mean. It's not
being on the market.
The numbers are, in comparison to what anyone comes into contact with, large. But when you take into context their personal wealth, the company annual revenue, none of it matters. And a lot of these things are paid out over I think one of the first settlements was like over a decade or something.
Yeah,
and they can absorb that.
Years.
Yeah. So I'm only bringing that up because then you have these lawyers who, all right, they're going to have a plea deal. I don't know if they'll get any jail time, maybe just,
probation, most of
probation, right?
Well, and the last one the one that every news outlet seems to be covering, and I don't know, I'm not following it this closely, but the one she's like crying, reading her statement about, and the thing is, even in her statement, she wasn't taking accountability, which is what I thought was
more senior lawyers.
She was basically doing the whole the Nazi trial thing. It was I was told to do this. Other people told me to do this. People I trusted told me to do it, as if you have.
I'm guilty conscience. Of being naive, basically.
Right? Yeah, you're super naive. You're a well-paid, high-paid lawyer, well versed in the legal system, manipulating the legal system. This is what you went to school for, but somehow you didn't realize that what you were saying about election fraud was invalid. Somehow, even though most people watching it from the outside knew what was what, but you, for some reason, you educated person on the inside, were just told. You were just told. I was just told what to do. I was just following orders.
Doing her job. Yeah.
She gave the statement. It was basically saying, "Look, Judge, I'm so sorry this happened. I was just following orders."
And then the thing is, I mean, I don't know what her personal net wealth is, but she'll come out disbarred maybe from this.
She is disbarred. She was disbarred.
I don't know. Is she?
She said
is
that.
She good? Has she made enough money? Is she good?
Oh, probably.
Yeah,
probably. I mean, who knows what the legal fees are? But all these people make their money. They make money back. They have investments. It's not like they don't usually.
I'm curious what will happen after this. Who she'll be carrying water for?
I never feel like you get that Trading Spaces. Remember the Eddie Murphy movie? You never get that Trading Spaces moment. It's not like you're walking down Times Square and there's like a Warren Buffett alike that is like homeless, and you're just like, holy crap, is that Warren Buffett? Is he homeless in the streets?
Yeah. Like Randy and Mortimer.
Exactly. You
Randolph
never
and
get
Mortimer
that.
Duke, I think. Duke.
Yeah. I can't. Yeah. I can't remember their names. But my point is, you never get that moment. You never get the moment where someone does an expose on a former billionaire that is now wandering the streets because he's lost everything.
And
that
then
never happens.
But it's interesting. I don't know if this is fair. You tell me, but I was thinking about this before.
Yeah.
Why aren't sentencing guidelines more geared towards a percentage of your like net wealth versus two people can commit the same crime. One person is a billionaire, one person has $100,000 to their name.
Right.
And then it bankrupts that poor person and they are out, and the penalty hits them so much harder than someone who has, let's say, $1 billion, $1 million, whatever.
I will say this. I remember we were talking about this. It was a past episode. It was about the, I think it was the pharma suits in Texas where there's a cap. So some states have caps where you can't, if it's a civil trial, no matter what the jury awards at the end of the trial, there's just a state cap on what can be paid out. And so
we have that with medical expenses. That's weird. We have that with legal sentencing and stuff, but we don't have it with medical expenses. No, that'll just cripple you. Okay.
Yeah, no. You need that lung transplant, and I'm sorry that's
you're homeless.
$500 million. There's the
you're homeless and you owe us.
Scalpel alone was $20,000. Have you ever looked at the itemized? I mean, people talk about this all the time. If people are listening outside of America,
isn't like an ambulance ride, like $1,000 or something.
Yes, it is. It's like $5,000. Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
The itemization of, I mean, there's so many stories of people who don't have insurance. They've got some freak accident. They've literally lost an arm, and they're just begging people not to call the ambulance. They're just like, I can get an Uber. They're like, can you just tourniquet? I'll wait for the Uber. It's not that bad. It's like a Monty Python style.
Oh my
sketch.
God,
it's just a scratch. I'm waiting for the Uber. It's just a scratch. It's a $40 ride to the hospital versus the $6,000 ride to the ambulance. I'll risk it. I'd rather die than be leveled with medical debt that is, you can't even declare bankruptcy, I don't think, on that anymore. Medical debt. I think it's just non-dispersible. But anyway,
that's crazy.
I could be speaking out of turn, and we're all over the place now.
Yeah. All right.
We're like way.
Let's bring it back in. Let's bring it back in.
Out there.